have this 2016 Dodge Ram 1500 diesel. It's coming from 3 shops already, including the dealer. Well, I have something here, fuel sample, because the dealer said it was the fuel. And we can see this is the one I took out from the vehicle, and this is the fuel, non-good fuel we have here. And I don't see really any contaminants on this one. Realistically, I don't see anything. We tried to burn it and it doesn't burn the same way than this one. But the dealer said they needed to drop the tank, and the customer took it out, took it to another shop. Other shop said something different. It needed some type of something. I don't know what they said, but they didn't trust. And they took it to a tourist place, and they said they tried to diagnose it and they couldn't find anything. They don't know what they were doing, they said. So they said, no, we can't figure out. Now it is here. But before, when I started working on this vehicle, I didn't have DTCs. Right now I have one, and look at that one. I did already diagnostic and I found the issue. I found an issue, and I collected some information from some friends, and they sent me a non-good current position sensor waveform. Right now it has the code. When I started working on it, the battery was dead. As you can see, we have the charger on it, and at that point we didn't have a cause because they got cleared. So let's look at some data here related to a fuel. Before we check some data, let me show you what happened here. This is what we have. Okay, so look at the data here. So the computer is asking for about 300 bars. That's the target, and this is what the system should produce, and this is the engine speed during cranking. Crank. We have RPM, look. We have RPM, and we got the right amount of, look, it is producing the right amount of pressure, fuel pressure. But yesterday I didn't find injection pulls. I'm gonna show you that portion there under the hood, and that's what called my attention. And yesterday I did not have any diagnostic trouble codes. We're gonna test the test light prior to install it on the injector, and I'm gonna crank here, install it here, and I removed the injector here, that connector for the fuel injector, to check for signal. Okay, so then we can see here how the test light there to see it through when I crank it inside, and here I am connected. So let's go and crank it and find out if I get any injection pulse command from the computer during cranking. Okay, let me crank it. Cranking. Let me crank it again. See, that light doesn't even attempt to turn on. Okay, this one closer here. Right there. Nothing. We don't have a fuel injection command. And I have here my scope connected to the crankshaft position sensor, and we're gonna be checking for a waveform now. I already have a non-good waveform and to compare with. Gonna crank it now, and we will analyze this waveform. Crank it, please. Okay, so we're gonna save this waveform. Come on, right there, maybe. I think I did save it. Yes, so we're gonna save this one and analyze it, and compare it to a non-good waveform. Well, we have here the capture, the scope waveform I took from the vehicle. We saw that one there, and look at this here. So I took three screen basically because I wanted to see repetition and see if it is consistent. This is my suspected area, and I wanted to see if I have consistency, and I do. So we can see here, from here to here will be 360 degrees, another 360, 720. Two rotation of the crankshaft, one of the camshaft. Well, gonna go to the second screen, same thing. I got on those area the same repetition. Well, here's my suspicion area because I have never seen this area having, well, we're going to zoom on this area, okay? Right here, I have never seen before having this space and having space to the left and the right. We only have one of these, and then it should continue. Either way, there are missing tooth here or right here, but we shouldn't have that big gap like this in between left and right. So at this point, I was suspecting here on this area right here, get the cursors. So let me lock those two. Well, I was suspecting on this area here, I got two missing tooth. If we see, let me lock this, move this one and see. Look at that one here. One, two in between missing. So that should be normal. So if we see here, like, come back here, yep, see, one, two, three, two missing tooth in between. So that is normal. I believe that will be my sink. Two tooth missing for cylinder one. So we should have 60 teeth in this one minus 2 right here, normal, to identify the cylinder number 1 in TDC compression. So that way the computer can start the firing order of the injectors. However, at this point we have this spot here, so the computer is lost, doesn't know what to do at this point, and is not activating the injectors. Same thing here, and look at that one here. So basically here we have 3 tooth missing in between here. We still got one more is missing here. I'm suspecting that, but at this point I am only speculating because I don't have a known good, but I suspect that one. Look at this one. What happened? Every time it passes through one of those tooth, it pulls that down, the voltage. So square signal is pulling that down from, let me see the voltage. I'm cranking at this moment. We're cranking and we can see this is cursor 1, cursor 2. Okay, cursor 1 is at 55 millivolts, basically 0, right there, and right here about 5 volts. So this one works at 5 volt reference, and the sensor pulls that down, the voltage, every time passes through the reluctor. And we got the missing spots here, the one I was talking about. Those are the missing. That should be normal. However, here should not be normal. This is the one I got missing. That's what I'm thinking. So at this point, I contacted some group of people who got a lot of knowledge, and they sent me out a non-good, which is this. Good example. See, 58 CKP toggles. So basically, they got the ruler right after this spot, and here too. And the picoscope is counting how many edges are falling. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 58 minus 2, that should be 60. Okay, that's a non-good. And this is mine. Over repetition, we can see that should be normal, and we got missing here. So at this point, I have a pretty good direction, what's going on. And as the scanner was showing me, is 202 RPM. So the scanner was showing me about the RPMs, and in between 360 degrees right here. Okay. And I have it again here because here I wanted to see more repetition, we see, and this area is more details. And I have here 3 missing teeth in this area. 1, 2, 3. I wrote it there like that's the area where we have it missing. 55 falling edges. We can see here it says 55, so we got 3 missing. This image is not from my vehicle. Someone sent me this, what they have found on that vehicle he was working. So if we take a look at this, here is the CKP sensor, and we see those little lines here. Those are the one we can see is pulling down every time it passes through. And it is being common for those to get broken here on these areas. So this is not my vehicle, like I said. What happened with my vehicle is, this was coming from 3 shops already. So, including the dealer. The dealer gave them a wrong diagnostic too. They said it was fuel contamination. What caught my attention was this vehicle never even attempted to start. It cranks very solid, and it never tried to start. And remember, the diesel engine can fire WD-40, starter fluid. It will burn anything. It's just hot inside, and this one is not even attempting to crank. So that what caught my attention, and history was key on this vehicle. It was a big mess there, but history was key. But I would love to have that vehicle get it finished, but they tow it out to another dealer where they warranty the vehicle, because this is covered under warranty, powertrain warranty. So for us, this one was going to be like 7 hours total job, and it wasn't worth it. We just did the diagnostic. The customer was happy, took it to the dealer. He said the dealer confirmed whatever we said that was the problem, and at that point, he invited the whole shop pizza. So another happy customer. And also pay attention to these things, because Chrysler started using in 2015 this design. They call magnetoresistor to this. So what happened is, I heard a case study from someone who was working on the vehicle just doing bulk cover gasket. They got the magnet tray on top of the bulk cover, and to be organizing the bolts, and that one, the magnetic got changed the polarity because of the magnet. Now becomes a vehicle crank no start, and the signal of the camshaft position sensor on that vehicle was switched. Instead of being a pull up, it converted to a pull down. So the signal got embedded, and the vehicle didn't start. And it's a nightmare, because for that vehicle they had to replace the complete camshaft. So just be careful. This is new technology, and we're lucky, we didn't have to open this, and the scope capture got it. And with the help of knowledgeable people, we made it. Hope you enjoyed this one, and have a good day.